Hey, this is Joe Castiglione, and you're listening to Not Another Sox Podcast. Can you believe it?
Yankees suck! Yankees suck!
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Not Another Sox Podcast. I am Jack Webster here with our producer, Ian Doran, coming at you live from Providence, Rhode Island. Fellas, we have won 10 baseball games in a row.
I haven't felt this good about this team in years.
Yeah, no, literally last time we had a 10-game streak, 2018, pretty good year. Did not...
Why? What happened?
Yeah, nothing.
Go ahead.
But, yeah... Did not see this one coming. I know we were facing some bad teams even, but I don't think the vibes could be better right now.
They really couldn't. I didn't see us taking all of those sweeps either. I thought we'd lose one in there somewhere. Like, even the Rockies being the worst team in the world, wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox found a way to give one up to the Rockies.
We lost 2 against them last year.
Yeah, we did. And we lost games against the White Sox this year, which they've always kind of had our numbers, surprisingly. Like, even in recent years when they were super bad, we were losing to them. But Nationals put that one away. Rockies put that one away. And now today officially put the Rays series away for a 10-game streak.
Yeah, that one feels like it's the most important, obviously, since, you know, very good to sweep the Nationals and the Rockies. And, you know, even for however bad those teams might be, bad teams sometimes beat good teams. I mean, the fucking Yankees and Dodgers have lost to the Rockies this year. So it just goes
I thought you said good teams.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry.
So the Dodgers lost to
so
them.
the Dodgers,
Yep.
yeah. So this was kind of the real litmus test where, like, you're like, okay, we're facing a good team who was in a playoff spot by the time we got there, ahead of us in the standings. You know, they had pretty much their best pitching going all this weekend, and we had most of our dudes there for this series as well. But yeah, we did everything right. You know, good defense, good timely hitting, good pitching, obviously. So hard not to just feel great heading into the All-Star break. Give the boys a little bit of rest. And hopefully just continue that momentum.
Yeah, give the boys, a.k.a. Greg Weissart, a day off.
Yeah.
Give him his floating holiday. Give him his PTO. Let him go just, like, take a fucking nap. My question for you and to our friends over at Raise the Roof podcast, or a.k.a. the Homeless Rays, are the Rays a good team?
This was, like, the one year where, like, I was like, okay, maybe the Rays won't be great. They're playing in, you know, essentially a minor league ballpark, and you know,
David Hamilton's favorite ballpark.
David Hamilton's favorite ballpark, and you know, maybe the devil magic doesn't happen, and you know, they find a way. They literally just have a team of dudes I've never heard of half the time, even though I'm pretty plugged into, you know, most of baseball and everything. Like, they'll just have a guy like Jake Magnum or whatever his name is, and he'll just destroy us for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So they're just always good. I just need to stop, like, lying to myself every year and being like, yeah, it's not their year. Every year is somehow their year. They find a way. So they are a good team. Are we better than them? Yeah. I think, you know,
Quite literally, yes.
Yeah, quite
Factually,
literally, yes. Yeah. So even not a head-to-head, but, like, just on paper, and, you know, you just kind of compare the teams, and yeah, we should be better than them. We should be beating them. We should have been beating a lot of these other teams earlier on in the year. So to, you know, not only, like I said, take care of business with the Nationals, but in Rockies, but to really show that, like, we are legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, you know, maybe this team that we actually thought in a playoff spot, getting back in the divisional race, one behind the Yankees right now, too, and I think only 3, maybe 4 behind the Blue Jays. So, like, that's when you actually start to see, you know, that playoff probability, like, go from, like, 16% before this to, like, probably like 50% now at this point.
I have to check. Let me go to my standings right now. AL East, we have Boston jumped to a playoff percentage of 55.1%, with the World Series percentage down to 2.6%. but that is way up. Last week, wasn't it, like you said, about 16%, just like really, really low possibility?
Yeah, like I mean, like you had a 1 in 8 chance essentially. Like most of the time when teams are way behind at this point of the year, things are kind of going in one direction, and we've been talking about it the last few weeks. Obviously, the trade deadline is approaching, and with the way this club's playing, it's becoming a lot more obvious what direction they should take. So
what direction I would like them to
take.
the
direction that they said that they're gonna be taking for like years now. So
it's funny that you said the Rays are a team of nobodies. I don't know if you know this about their catcher, Danny Jansen. He is the only person in history to play for 2 teams in the same game.
What the fuck?
Son of a...
Yeah.
This
is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, and his dad, Mr. Canada.
Yep, and Lucas Giolito's grandparents were on.
Don't tell me they're from
Seinfeld.
Hollywood.
They're on Seinfeld.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Lucas Giolito's parents. It also feels to me sometimes that when I look at the Rays, they just like took on all the projects the Red Sox gave up on and like made them feasible. Like, is it Littell?
Littell, yeah.
Yeah, Zach
we gave
Littell.
him Jeffrey Springs at one point too. Like,
Yeah.
It feels good to finally be able to get some of these dudes instead of, giving them away.
Yeah. I'm glad we're not giving anyone away.
Yeah, I traumatized the dog apparently when I yelled. So you know what?
Your dog's not already traumatized?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who rescued who? Did you rescue him or did he rescue you?
I rescued him.
Yeah, you did from the streets, and I think he forgets that sometimes.
No.
He got that dog in him. Speaking of dog, the Narv dog, Narvaez, huge show up this week. We had some heroics from him winning the crochet game. We had a lot of really good calls behind the plate. Do you think Narvaez's contributions as the fantastic defensive catcher he's been were the things that made this sweep on sweep on sweep possible?
Yeah, no, I mean, literally, you talk to anybody in the club, they all love him. He's bilingual, so he connects with just everybody in that room, probably even with Masa, too. So, yeah, I'm sure he's learning Japanese just to, become friends with our sweet boy. So
he speaks cake.
Yeah, he's been everything that you could ask for, both sides of the plate. Obviously, thank you Yankees for just giving us to him for free.
Yeah, just kind of got Narvaez for free, basically.
Obviously, Connor Wong has been abysmal this year, so just having like a guy that should have been an all-star, extremely productive, just solid with the glove. I think that's what all Red Sox fans just wanted after the last few years.
Yep.
And the bat's been still well above average. It comes up and down like anybody else, but we're talking about a guy that could hit 15 to 20 home runs and 775 to 800 OPS, like with a Gold Glove defense. That's amazing. That's like a 4 to 5 win player, and to have that at your shortstop, catcher, not shortstop, is unbelievable.
Yeah. Before we get into some of our events from the week in the Fit Check, of course, who is the bigger all-star snub? Carlos Narvaez or Cedon Rafaela?
I think at this point it has to be Cedon, especially with the week that he had.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. We're going to get to that game because that was probably the game of the year. But
which one? I feel like every single game he did something I have never seen him do that well before.
Yeah, no, every day he does something on the baseball field that is just jaw-dropping. And like whether it's with the bat or obviously with the glove too, he just makes such an impact on the team. We're starting to see him bat higher in the lineup, and with all the outfielders now, we've even had to see him at second base once or twice, just to get his bat in there. Because I was always against Cedon playing the infield because you lose almost all of his value, but now the bat's valuable enough where you can
you
can
have
do
to
it.
play him.
You can do it 1 to 2 times a week. You don't I don't want it to be regular. He's the best defensive center fielder in baseball, and I think the problem is going to solve itself by August 1st. In terms of that rotating outfield, that's a whole different other conversation. But yeah, Cedon Rafaela, he's already at 4 WAR for the year now. At the All-Star break, I think if you told most Red Sox fans if he had a 4 WAR at the end of the year, they would be very happy, and he would be worth that contract.
I expected like 3 in total from defensive utility.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 at the All-Star break is fantastic.
I think I was even optimistic. I said he could be a 5-win player, and he, at this rate, going to blow the doors out of the water with that. So
Yeah, knock on wood. We only want good things. Because JBJ, similarly, he had some stretches as
That's
Barry
fair.
Bonds.
Yeah.
And then, but anyway, why don't you give us a little fit check here? You're wearing a Cincinnati Reds jersey tonight.
Yep, a little sleeveless. I was looking for the sleeveless one for a while, show off the tattoos and stuff. But yeah, number 25, a little Dimitri Young. Yeah,
Ooh.
underrated player. Seems like a dude. He collects baseball cards and just is a baseball guy, so like him a lot. And then I'm wearing the Dr. Pepper hat in honor of Hunter Dobbins. May he rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. I really want to talk about that first because it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. No, I mean,
He is
he finally came back off the IL, and then what was that? His first start back, second inning, just tore his ACL out for the year.
Yeah.
And that's even one of those injuries where probably not even going to be ready for spring training. So that's a major blow. Obviously, we do have a lot of guys that can fill that role. It seems like the Red Sox are keen on making a starting pitching acquisition anyway, so it's not going to kill you. It sucks because he's a good pitcher, great dude, and very good depth, and a guy that they clearly trust above Quinn Priester and even Dick Fitz. He was their fifth guy, and thankfully you have Fitz to just go right back in that slot, but we're gonna miss him.
We definitely are. I have his numbers pulled up on Fangraph right now. We had talked a bit about him before because he's young, but the promise he shows as a pitcher has been fantastic. He's got a lot of heat. He's got some pretty decent control on those off-speed pitches. We know he's working on them, but again, rookie year. Some of his stats up right now. FIP is a 383, and his WHIP is in here somewhere. I lost it. Currently sitting at an ERA of 4.13. What do you think about the under the hood numbers looking at Hunter Dobbins?
Yeah, there is some concern I have about the swing and miss. It's not a lot of, strikeouts. I think, the stuff can improve. He's learning, so I'm not worried about it yet. But in terms of, that next step forward, it is going to be kind of more a lot of that swing and miss, specifically inside of the zone, which we knew that Craig Breslow was targeting in the offseason and got Garrett Crochet, who was one of the top guys doing that. Unfortunately, there's some other guys in the rotation that don't do that, but I think he has the potential to take the next step, and it sucks that we won't get to see that the rest of this year and probably even most of next year. So wish him a speedy recovery. I'm sure he's going to be fine in the end. So
yeah, it's also such a privilege as a Red Sox fan to finally have a fucking surplus of pitching.
Yeah.
Dobbins goes down, and then you get Fitz, also a young pitcher, but was hitting 99 on the gun this week and has just been playing as well as you want him to play in his first year his first full year with the Red Sox organization.
Yeah, no, I've been blown away by him this year. He was a guy that, I think last year Red Sox fans got excited about because of the Alex Verdugo trade, because we didn't have too many pitching prospects in this system. And I remember listening to Sox prospects and be like, yeah, kind of manage your expectations to a degree.
Sure.
Where, he's like, this is probably more of a back end guy where he's going to, give you solid depth and everything else. But, you come into spring and he's throwing high 90s even, and the rest of the secondary stuff looks good. So I think there's a lot of potential there too. Same kind of thing. The strikeout numbers haven't been great, not the most whiffs in the world, but he's a guy where obviously the pitching infrastructure has really transformed him. He was the guy that Craig and company identified, which you can say about a dozen guys in this system right now. And I'm sure the Yankees are regretting trading him even more since they're looking pretty thin there right now. So thank you for another free guy, Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees gave us Weissert, who's exhausted but has been mostly effective. Same with Fitz, who has been very effective.
Narvaez,
Narvaez, just killer.
Whitlock, they gave us him for free.
Yeah, that was
too.
for free. And Whitlock's back to himself.
Yeah,
he looks good again. Rough stretch in the middle there. But
they're using him for one inning, and that is what you should be doing.
Good. Yeah, I might give him an extra out here and there, right? But
especially down the stretch. But yeah, right now, with some of the guys, hurt or everything, he's been that setup guy. Yeah.
So we got a couple complete games this week. So before I let you go off on that, the first thing I want to ask is we go into the All-Star break. Are you encouraged by the 10-game win streak, or are you cautious of the 10-game win streak? Because last year we were a winning team at the same time, and we couldn't play 500 ball to the end of the season.
Yeah, no, I think we are even like 2 games behind where we were last year, which is a little bit surprising. But I kind of forgot just how good this team was. I think we might be a little bit in a better position to add more. You saw, the only prospects that we traded were guys that we weren't going to hold on to last year anyway. So, now you do have some dudes that might be expendable. Obviously, we saw a big trade in the offseason too, so we're less afraid to give away some of those guys now. So I'm hoping for a little bit more aggression. Obviously, we already saw the biggest move of the entire trade deadline last month, but I think, it might have to make some hard decisions, but I think there's a lot of dudes out there that can help improve this club. And you know what? There's also, it is a little bit of, you can go shopping for high end because you don't need just like another slapdick James Paxton or like something like that. You need an impact starting pitcher like Craig has talked about. If you're getting a first baseman, it's hard to outproduce what Toro and Romy have done. Obviously, you could always use another bullpen arm, and any backup catcher is going to be better than Connor Wong at this point. So that again, backup catcher, it's hard to complain about too much. But yeah, there's not even the most holes in the world on this team. It's like 3 things, and you have assets in the outfield on the major league level and on the minor league level that you would be able to find a solution for one way or another.
You were in attendance to both complete games this week.
I was. Yep. Just people buy me tickets. Just for the rest of the year. So, the Tuesday game against the Rockies, it was a work outing. So, you had to take a nice half day.
Yeah.
Just go drinking. And,
I wish I could drink at work.
Yeah, no. And then, obviously, game goes swimming along. Bayo's striking out everybody right out of the gate.
7 strikeouts in 3 innings?
Yeah, no, it was crazy because, he was another dude, didn't necessarily get, the most, swing and misses. He's more of a ground ball guy, which is good. And, earlier on in the year, he wasn't going deep into games, and now he's doing that every outing. So something must have clicked with him over the last probably month and a half now. Is the same juice Lucas Giolito's on, I guess. But, yeah, to see him be able to work deep into a game is way more impressive than the strikeouts or anything else. And I know it's the Rockies, and I know they're bad. But to almost have that shutout, and, obviously it's a blowout, so that 2-run homer in the 9th didn't matter.
Yeah, from Hunter Goodman. Grow up, fucking idiot.
But everybody else left. So, or else my company left to, catch the commuter rail back. And I was like, no, I'm staying.
Yeah.
It's 7, or we're in the 7th inning or 8th inning. And I'm like, I want to see if he does the dang thing. So, ended up staying, got the late train home, and then as soon as I get off the train and I have to walk probably about a quarter of the mile back to my office to grab my car, it starts absolutely monsooning. Literally the second I walked out of the train station, to the point where I stopped caring if I was stepping in puddles because I was like, I'm already soaked. So got home past midnight, 12:30, and then had to go to work the next day still. So that wasn't fun, but it was all worth it in the end. I'm even despite all of that, I still would have done it all again.
Well, at least it's not raining. We have a pretty extensive comment in
Yeah.
chat here from Roman Empire. Let's
Yeah, but,
pull that up on the screen.
I can't really read it word for word from this distance, but like Devers' hitting obviously bad since he got traded to the Giants.
What do you think that the batting average would need to get up to make you regret that trade?
Yep.
Great question, by the way. Hi, Roman.
Yeah, hi, Roman.
Empire.
Yeah, no, thank you for commenting. It's still so small sample size, and he's still, I think, getting on base, and it takes a while to adjust. That ballpark is going to be bad for him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did not realize that until like we actually faced him, or in San Francisco. But like he's really going to hurt from not having that wall since he is such an opposite field hitter. Like you think about like a left-handed hitter at that ballpark, and they have their own wall out there, and that's not really going to matter too much for him because whenever he pulls the ball anyways, it's to 700 feet. So
Yeah.
like that's probably not the best for him. I'm not one of those people where, hating on him or anything else. I regret the trade because we didn't get a lot back. So
I'm
feel
sorry. Is
yeah.
Kyle Harrison and company not enough for you?
Yeah. So that will, I think, always be a part of the trade unless Kyle Harrison becomes like an absolute dude, and they're obviously treating him more like a prospect than like an MLB pitcher, which I think is fine. You have some stuff you want to tweak, and you get the extra service time, and you have dudes that are there right now. If we didn't have dudes that were available right now or anything, then that's a different story. But Jordan Hicks, he's been up and down. He's fine. He's fine.
He throws 100.
Throws 100. And we'll see what the other dudes in the system end up doing too. So it's one of those things where I've already muted the word Devers on Twitter just because I got tired of just talking about it all the time. Like, I'm washing my hands. I'm moving on. The team doesn't seem to really be bothered too much by it or anything. So that situation's just always going to suck the way it went down. Wish him well. I hope he does well. But I don't want to say I don't care, but like I'm not paying attention to it. Yeah.
The past is the past.
Literally, yeah. Like I'm not like on Devers like watch like to see how he's doing over there. I did look earlier today because I was curious, but like it's not like I'm checking one of those things like, oh, what's the Giants record since here? And I'm like, how's he doing compared to the guys we got? Like, settle down.
Yeah,
yeah.
Everyone calm down. I could pull him up on Fangraphs, but I think we've derailed a little bit. So you walked home in the rain from Complete Game Bayo, who looked absolutely phenomenal. 107 ended up being the full pitch count, and a strikeout on the final pitch too.
Yep.
Felt so good. And I didn't think we'd get 2 in a week. I was just grateful that the Bayo start gave everyone in the bullpen a day off because they had to cover Dobbins, and then the team had to. The bullpen's just been very active for the past few weeks, really. So Bayo giving them a day off was phenomenal in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then
it happened again. So got, not like last minute tickets, but like, probably 2-3 days ahead of time with Christy and, good luck Liam along with Riss as well. Yeah.
Good luck, Liam.
Yeah, good luck,
Is that
Liam.
the same as bad luck, Liam, from before?
No, yeah, he switched sides. He turned heel.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha. So
yeah.
Gandalf the Gray turned to Gandalf the White.
Exactly. Yep.
Gotcha.
So, beautiful day for a game, like 80 degrees, and got to wear a nice little outfit. So, yeah, for the people that might have not seen, you got to use. I got to wear some Red Sox overalls and nice little spinny propeller hat. So, everybody loved me, it seemed, and
So
got some good sun. Wore a lot of sunscreen, so not sunburnt at all, but yeah.
If I were to describe it to the fans listening to this, you were wearing bright red denim-ish overalls that said Red Sox.
It had the logo. It didn't say Red Sox.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So bright red denim-ish overalls that had the Red Sox logo and nothing underneath. Well,
No, I had a tank top.
that doesn't count. That's not
Yeah,
a real
well,
shirt.
I didn't want my
Not
I
a
didn't
real
want
shirt.
I didn't want the full nibs out. Yeah.
Not a real shirt. Doesn't count. And then you wore was it a Coca-Cola
Vanilla
red and white propeller hat.
with the Red Sox logo on the side. It did have the Red Sox logo.
Oh,
on it.
good,
Yeah.
good. And then the propeller on the top that you spin while you lick your lollipop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I brought the lollipop too.
Did you really bring the fucking lollipop?
I brought the. I was licking that lollipop during the game. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. You didn't have to buy any ballpark food, so there's that.
Because you had the lollipop.
Because
Right.
I had the lollipop. Yeah.
Right.
It was so much. Like, I was like, I'm done with this at a certain point. Like, I was just like,
You're filled up by that lollipop.
Yeah. No, it's just, how many licks does it take to get to the center?
Yeah, mouth noises.
But yeah, the game itself, pretty cool.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, that was the quickest game, or second quickest game I've ever been to. Quickest game was literally also 1-0, but it was a 7-inning game because it was in 2021 when they're still getting back from COVID and everything. So that game flew by. I mean, you get the one run. Who hit that?
The one run was Narvaez.
It was Narvaez.
But it was I think it was a double RBI that got Roman home, right?
Yeah, I think so. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, you're on the board. I think that was probably fourth, maybe fifth inning or so. And you had Crochet out there, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's like seventh inning stretch, and like it's still 1-0, and you have some good luck go your way, and there's that play Toro made out at home, and like literally everybody in the ballpark thought that he was going to be called safe and it was going to be a tie game, and then didn't go that way, weren't able to overturn it, and then eighth inning happens, Crochet strikes him out, and you're looking in the bullpen like nobody's warming. He's at a very manageable pitch count, like in the 80s or low 90s, and just mows him down 1, 2, 3 in the ninth. Not even a chance. And it's one thing to get a shutout and have it be cool, but this is the
right.
Yeah, but a 1-0 shutout, like that's insane. Like, and we almost had that once earlier this year with Crochet too.
Yep.
So like, I would love to just score him some more run support. That would be cool. But in terms of like rememberable games, like that's way up there. It had a great view of it from like right underneath the Coca-Cola sign. So
the famous one.
Cool. Yeah. Yep. So that was a great game. And I love the 4:00 starts because it's like 7 and you can still get home and
Get a full
relax.
game,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since we're traveling all the way back to Providence. So
Yeah. So you were at both complete games, phenomenal pitchers. I mean, there's good luck.
twice in a
Liam.
week, like
Good luck. No, dude. I think it's winning Webster.
If I
to
had
me.
a nickel for every shutout I've been to this week, I would still only have 2 nickels. But it's weird it happened twice.
Isn't that the same guy that was singing at the concert where Devers was?
Yeah.
traded? It's kind of weird that it happened twice, right? Yeah. Thank you. Those are.
And I
those are
never
my
watched Phineas and
impressions.
Ferb as a kid. I think I just missed it. Like,
Yeah, same here. Like, if it might have been on the TV if someone else was watching it, but I was never like, oh man, can't wait to watch.
Well, you had
Phineas
younger
and
siblings,
Ferb.
so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you were at both complete games. Like I said, I think it's more of a winning Webster scenario than it is a good luck Liam scenario.
Yeah, no, I was a little
I think
worried.
we should be paying to send you to more games.
Yeah, just for free.
Yeah.
For free. They really should be doing that.
Yeah,
So it's great when, you go to your second game of the week and they still haven't lost that week. So
It's great when you go to your second game of the week and it is also a complete game.
Yeah,
from your starting pitcher.
This time it's actually a shutout, like unlike that loser Bayo that, oh no, it's just a complete game. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? But that Toro play at home, it could have gone either way. And frankly, if the call on the field was not out, there was no way it was going to be overturned if it was challenged from the Red Sox side.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's the call on the field stands, not the call on the field is confirmed, right? We just couldn't overturn it with what we have. But what insight, what instinct for Toro to make the play at home, stop the run. Great receive from Narvaez, made the tag, got the out on the play. The review was too inconclusive, but just incredible instinct from Toro to take the step forward and make the play home.
Yeah, no, I mean, He's been a little up and down defensively around the diamond
I
this
also
year.
remember when he lost us that game with his error at third.
I was gonna say, I think, I don't want to sit, crap on the guy while we're complimenting that play, but I think, we are starting to see that carriage turn back into a pumpkin for him a little bit. This obviously, I think a lot of Red Sox fans were like, oh yeah, temporary guy until we find someone else at first. And, he's going to platoon with Romy and everything else. But now we're kind of starting to see a little bit more of the player that he was before. And that's fine. We rode the hot hand for a while. And, it's a good platoon with Romy as well, who's been killing it. So, I think, in terms of expectations, not too high, but, he's going to give you serviceable, baseball playing. So I like him all right. Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as serviceable baseball playing goes, like also something we talked a bit about earlier today, offline, off the record, but that Connor Wong was clearly the definitive choice for Bayo's complete game. And I think Wong behind the dish is the correct choice for a Bayo game of that caliber.
Apparently, yeah.
I would think so, right? Like, Wong and Bayo just know each other better. They've been playing together a longer time. Wong has made fantastic defensive improvements, unfortunately paying for that with a huge regression with the bat.
The most.
Yeah. I can't believe he has lost so much offensive power.
Yeah.
But he was absolutely the right choice for the Bayo game. And, like, Eovaldi always had Plawecki on the other side of the dish. Like, if you are employing Wong because he is the guy you always need on the other side of the dish for Bayo, but that gets Bayo into the 6th inning, 7th inning, the 9th inning, I think that's the reason to keep Connor Wong employed if you give one of your pitchers a better chance to win every week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stop that from, getting somebody that is
getting
gonna,
Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh, yeah. Especially since you are going to need to probably give Narvaez a little bit more time to rest, down the stretch here, especially if you are planning on playing in October.
Right.
So,
knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. And you saw, even in the documentary that came out earlier this year, it looked like, in there, Bayo didn't seem there was like one comment, I forget exactly what it was, but it was about Connor Wong's framing or something like that. So to see them working well together this year, obviously very positive. But yeah, I think even if you do end up getting a different backup catcher, or you do need Narvaez behind the dish to catch Bayo, I'm not worried about it. It's still the same arm from him at the end of the day. So I wish there was enough offensively to kind of justify it a little bit more. But, this isn't Chris Sale. This isn't Nate Eovaldi. This isn't, David Price. Like, obviously, Bayo's taken a step forward this year. But I'm not sure, I'm keeping Connor Wong just for this one guy in our rotation. Yeah.
And I had made the argument as well that you need Wong, or a guy like Wong, for a guy like Bayo, because Crochet can pitch to anyone. He's still going to get that ridiculous swing and miss stuff, which obviously, when that game went into the 9th inning, I had my AirPods in, I was listening to the radio, I was in an Ulta Beauty, like picking something up for someone. And
yourself.
Yes, I was picking up my beauty products, and 9th inning came on, and they go, and there goes Crochet coming back out for the 9th, and you could hear through the radio just like the roar
that was me.
of the crowd.
That was me, yeah.
35,000 people, and then he threw the last pitch, got the out, and you should have seen me in Ulta, like a worker gave me a weird look. I was like, yes!
No.
Like just this really fantastic celebration, and they looked at me kind of funny. But Crochet could pitch to anyone. Bayo, you always want a good catcher, but if Bayo has a catcher he has a lot of synergy with, and you need that for a guy like Bayo, I feel like you need that for a guy like Bayo more than Crochet.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Crochet can do it with anybody. So, yeah, like literally. You said.
Put Kyle Schwarber back there.
Yeah, no, pretty much. But, like I've said, it's always like the backup catcher anyways. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
But
you'd rather a backup catcher with at least a 400 OPS, maybe?
Yeah, the one where it's good numbers.
Yeah. Good offensive numbers. On the other side of things, we saw some incredible heroics this week. We had Roman Anthony is on fire at the plate. Narvaez obviously got us that 0-1, the 1-run win for the crochet game, and has been fantastic. And Rafael is lightning in a bottle right now. He's hitting out of his mind. What are the offensive contributions looking like?
Yeah, well, let's talk just about that Rafael game. Yeah,
yes.
let's how have we
stop.
not? We're 30 minutes into the show and we haven't talked about the game of the year.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which I think I've said 3 times. That is the game of the year to end all current game of the
it's either
years.
that one or the one where Devers hit the walk-off.
Hit the walk-off 6-6 against where
So this game obviously did not start off good at all because you had Hunter Dobbins get hurt in the second inning, becomes a bullpen game, and some sloppy defense. You saw that error from Toro, and then like 2 wild pitches from Bernardino, and all of a sudden it's like 4-1, and like we had friends over, so we ended up watching a movie, and then they start like inching back in it. It becomes 4-3, and then it's the bottom of the 9th, and I'm like, okay, checking out my phone here, and Roman Anthony, and then you have Marcelo Meyer hit a ball hard, and somehow their second baseman gets to it, throws him out, and it's deflating, because that's the game tying run, just getting robbed. Seems like, typical Devil Ray magic, kind of like I've talked about. And then Roman Anthony just having an unbelievable walk, a lot of close pitches there. He just looks like he's been on like a big league team for years with his approach, and and the scary part is you see also more room for improvement in terms of getting some of that more launch angle and starting to hit the ball over the fence a little bit more too, and the sky is the absolute limit for this dude. So
and even then he's hitting balls into orbit.
Yep, absolutely. It's more, a lot of those doubles are going to turn into home runs shortly, I think. So, and then you have Cedon, and we've talked about it even when Cedon's bat wasn't the best. He has always just had a feel for the moment.
Right.
Our clutches player, obviously the numbers with runners in scoring position have been insane. He's, doing it against everybody at this point, and he's pulling fly balls in the air, which he did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure did.
And that at bat was fantastic too. Worked a full count, and then when a guy's throwing 99 to 100, and you hit that down and in slider over the monster, and just absolute chaos. That was. I mean, I wish I was there, but that looked like just the most insane I've seen Fenway in years at this point. And just the celebration, man. I watched that 10 million times. Just ice in the veins, burr, and then to have it be in the City Connects too. Just, I got goosies.
Yeah, there are 2 Red Sox clips I have watched on repeat this year. The first was at the beginning of the season with that Wilyer Abreu bullet from the outfield to third base to Bregman, who made that incredible tag and I think got him out of the inning. And the second one was watching Cedon Rafaela hit an absolute piss missile walk-off. Knew it, too. The second he made contact, dropped the bat, like you said, turn around, ice in the veins, got people out of the seat. Fenway's losing it, lights are going out, and he takes a very slow trot around the bases, and he lets everyone know that this is his house.
Yeah. Oh, man. That contract extension's looking better by the day. That's looking like one of the best values that you're going to get in baseball right now. So, big fan. Glad I got his jersey 2 months ago. I bought stock while I was still low, and now it's through the roof. So
yeah, absolutely through the roof. And he's looking better and better. In the interview he gave afterwards too, he's like, yeah, I've been waiting to do that since 2004.
Yeah,
since I was watching this team, and he did it, and he's like, look at me now.
That Kingdom of the Netherlands Cedon Rafael jersey. Man, we might get some good ones because Marcelo Meyer wants to play for Mexico. Garrett Crochet said he's open to pitching for Team USA. Willier's gonna probably be there for Venezuela, along with Narvaez too. So, it's gonna be very exciting next spring.
Oh, I love the WBC. I can't wait to do some of those WBC episodes.
Yeah, we'll actually get Sean this time.
Yeah, we definitely will. But Cedon, just absolute incredible home run in the moment. Fantastic call from OB, which he hits and misses on his calls, but that was the best OB call of the year and one of my favorite OB calls of all time.
Yeah, no, credit where credit's due. Like, absolutely amazing. Will Fleming was great too. But did you see the Rays broadcast?
No.
So it's got. I almost wish the Red Sox broadcast would do this sometimes when it's the most deflating, loss that you could have humanly imagined. Absolute gut punch to the fucking dick.
Gut punch to the dick.
Wow, but
excellent.
like he hits the ball and it's just silence for 3 seconds and he goes, "Wow." Red Sox win 5-4. And then doesn't say a single word after that. So, I miss like when MLB would do those like must-see videos where they're doing all the different broadcasts and everything on those highlights. They need to bring them back. So
I have to go and watch that after we're done recording.
I retweeted it at one point. So,
so wow. And that's Pete Fairbanks too. That's not
a good
not a small
pitcher.
closer.
Yeah.
That's not a young guy. Like Pete Fairbanks is a fantastic closer. It feels good.
Yeah. And it sucks. It almost sucks that game overshadowed the game on Thursday since we had another great come from behind win in the 7th inning and that felt really good. That felt like one of the better wins of the year, like actually being able to, come back and hold on to it, win a one-run game. We won 3 one-run games in a row this week.
Be serious.
I know.
Be serious.
Yeah. Like the luck's finally starting to turn our way with a lot of this type of stuff. It feels, like if we had some more of those, we might even be in the division lead. And I'm not gonna trail my feet on it, but yeah.
Whose game was that? Was that Giolito or Bueller?
That was the Walker start.
Okay.
Yeah. And a little bit of the same thing, mixed bag in it, but like decent results though.
Yeah.
Good results. Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, and that's why they talk about like outs when you're playing baseball and when you're talking to your pitchers. Can you get me 3 outs? Can you get me 6 outs?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how you get them. It's just that you get them. And as long as the result is you got the outs, that's what they're looking for, which Walker has had a really tough last month. We've all been talking about how rough it is watching him pitch. But to get 6 innings, 3 runs, that's literally a quality start. That is what you need to stay in the game.
Yep. And the process of it wasn't great, though. It didn't. So still a lot of walks. I think 2 strikeouts, 7 whiffs, 2 home runs given up. So that's why when you start kind of looking at more things like FIP, where it's the fielder independent of it all, that's when, you start seeing him be the second worst productive player in terms of F4 this season. So I would rather have him be good, because I think, I think he's pitching, or his last 2 starts at least, maybe it gives the team some confidence where they might pick it up even if we have to eat some of it. Because, I think Breslow is set on getting another starter. And, if you have to pick between Bueller and Fitz, you have to kind of pick the guy that you think's going to win you more games down the stretch. So I think he'll probably get another few starts, at least before the deadline. But I don't know if he's going to still be here by the end of the year.
It's a good question to ask. And I think that's where the Red Sox as an organization that you might think of or consider them sellers in the sense that they are ready to trade major league talent to acquire major league talent. Yeah. So like the sale of Walker Bueller nets you, I mean, it wouldn't net you Dylan Cease, but as an example, Dylan Cease, right?
Yeah.
Or same with Chapman, right? Like Chapman has been phenomenal for us, and you see him being available to be traded to another team.
I hope we don't anymore.
He's been great, right?
Yeah,
but as an example, he's a guy that might be available for trade if he is netting you Joe Ryan.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, there's very few untradables on this team. You got the young three. You can't trade Sadon because you also extended him. So, like, you don't want to keep trading these guys that you just
Also,
extended.
I'll kill someone.
Yeah,
if they trade him
also
right now.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Obviously not trading Crochet, obviously not Narvaez or anybody else like that, but yeah, if a team's asking for another major leaguer to make their ball club better, and you can make your ball club better too, then you have to consider it, especially in the outfield. Obviously, everybody's saying Duran, but even in the right trade, I would give up Wilyer Abreu if it meant Joe Ryan or someone like that.
Yep.
So, like, I don't see a lot of these guys as being untouchable. Obviously, you know, Craig's designing his team, which is what he should be doing. So, all the moves that he's made this year, Crochet, Bregman, Chapman, Narvaez, like a lot of these guys in the farm system, like they're the ones that are actually, you know, keeping your team like afloat. And, you know, you have some of those prospects that Heim had too with the big three. But yeah, like I think now's the time to add. I hope that, you know, I was a little bit iffy on even if we were adding, keeping Chapman, but unless if someone really blows the doors out of the way, like they literally offer you like Cole Reagans for him, like again, like then I'm holding on to him because he's a guy that, you know, is helping us win ball games at the end of the day.
Period. Yeah. Right? He is helping us win ball games.
Still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He still did all of that. I will
used to be a piece of shit, though.
I will remind everybody of this every time we mention Chapman on this program. So I'm not letting any of his good baseball playing stop me from
not letting him off the hook.
Yeah, not letting him off the hook.
Holding to a higher standard as a person. That was a true baseball signing. Like they've all been saying recently, especially around Devers, this was a baseball trade. It is for baseball. We are doing it to make better baseball. I don't believe that because you did it to get his money off the books. Chapman, absolutely a baseball signing. The way he's playing right now, you're not bringing him here because of good press or charity work. You're bringing him here because he throws 100, and right now it's an incredibly effective 100.
Yeah, no, I mean, he would be the most valuable reliever out there if we were selling.
Literal all-star.
Yeah, literal all-star. He might be the only guy actually gone. I don't know if Bregman is or not, and Crochet's not either, which I'm perfectly fine with.
Yeah, no, both getting some rest, especially now that Bregman is back in the lineup.
Yep.
Very limited work for the time being, but you can't have him just like killing 19-year-olds in Worcester. So he's in the right place. Bregman is back. Do you feel like you've seen any shift in the last few days with him in the dugout as a player?
Yeah, no, when just looking at that lineup with him in it, it looks so much better. Like you're like, oh yeah, we actually have like our 2-3 hitter, and you know, the plan is to ease him back in. I think they even said he's only going to play like 2 out of 3 games in the next few series before kind of really ramping it up. So perfectly understandable.
Right.
And you hear everything that you know, he's been bringing to the table with all the young kids and really the entire clubhouse. Yeah, we cannot afford to lose this guy in free agency. Like
no.
That we like. I guess we'll see if he actually opts back in because maybe, you know, $40 million is a lot, especially coming off an injury. And, you know, we'll see how much he does at the end of the day. But I say just extend him. Like,
yeah,
you have the money. You have the long-term need at third base to like it lets a lot of other pieces fall into place where, you know, you can just say like, hey, Meyer, you're either a shortstop or second baseman, and then Campbell just focus on first base, and, you know, you have the outfield already, you know, locked up there. So it just makes so much sense. There's looking at like, you know, the free agents and everything else, like there's nobody else I think I would rather have than Alex Bregman right now.
Me neither. And granted, Meyer has been phenomenal at third. His defense there has been great, but Meyer...
It'll be great at second, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Meyer is Meyer right now because 2 months ago he had Bregman to let him know how to be Meyer. Same with Roman Anthony. Same with Christian Campbell, right? And I think that's a lot of the value that Story provides, especially now that he is catching on fire, is that he offers that experience and that mentorship to these younger guys. And I think that's why Bregman's worth the $40 million a year because you're getting fantastic results from your rookies that having guys like Bregman and Story are what that extra $10 million will net you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like we talked about it in the off season and everything, it's just good to have an adult in the room.
Yeah.
Like, Story's been on the field finally for the first time in his Red Sox career, and he's always kind of been a leader there, but like it's kind of hard to do that when you're not playing. So I'd have two of those guys now, two of them,
two of them, two guys
is great. So yeah, no, that's good.
The interesting thing about Bregman, I would love to buy out the 2 option years at 40. Just offer him like 6 years at 30 or 35. Like give him a great contract to stay
he
here
wants
until
to
he
stay
can't play.
in one place the rest of his career. And it seems like Boston's a great fit for him, both like for his numbers and for his family too. So make it happen. We can't have another Adrian Beltre situation where like he goes on to play for another team for 7 years and we're like always playing the what if game. Like I can't have that happen again.
No, me neither. It's if I was like this secret, like cunning little negotiating guy, like speaking with Alex Bregman and his team, I'd be like, hey, so I have these other 2 years at 40 million. Would love to have you for that. But I would also love to give you 5 years at 30. And then it seems like the option is take 5 years at 30 or take the next 2 at 40.
Yeah.
And then the decision becomes, do I play here longer for good money or do I play here shorter for excellent money, without realizing that he could go to free agency because I already gave him the 2 options as a negotiator.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see really at the end of the day. The smartest time would just
want him so bad.
Yeah, I want him so bad. So it just makes too much sense.
Smartest time would be right now, I'd assume.
Yeah, because you're the only team that can negotiate with them. So, like, you have this exclusive window for the next few months. So, and these things can come out of nowhere.
Yep.
So, like, we didn't...
Crochet
wasn't
Campbell,
Yeah, Crochet wasn't extending until he did.
Right.
So, I'm not too worried about a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Craig loves to operate in silence. So,
which I quite like about him, honestly. Like, his HR... throughout the season has not been great everywhere. But he operates in silence right now. He has a 10-win
This is my
roster.
favorite nerd. So
yeah, he's doing great. I still hate Sam Kennedy, but Breslow, I'm okay with.
No.
Who else is back?
We got our sweet boy Massa back.
Our prince, our caked up
our
white boy with
first
the sauce.
baseman.
Yeah. I never thought height would matter for a baseball player, but a 5'8" first baseman.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
That's a small target.
I think it's more to add trade value, but
yeah, I do too. But since coming back, he's been good. Yeah. He's been good with the bat. He's making good contact. He's not striking out. He's getting to first base. He's getting to second base. He runs like a Lego person. He runs like a little itty-bitty robot guy, but the bat's been effective.
Yeah, no, he again, when you look at a lineup with Bregman and Yoshida too, it just makes it look so much deeper. And then you have Cedon, batting a little bit higher, and you actually can place just whoever in that 8 or 9 hole now. So it gives you, just so many less free outs in the lineup, it feels like.
Thank God. Yeah. Which, I mean, that was why they went after Massa in the first place, is because he wasn't a free out. Like, his strikeout numbers were really low, and that's what you wanted from Massa. So if you have that from Massa and Bregman, and then all your other guys are heating up the way that they are, yeah, that's exactly what you want from your lineup.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see him back. You should wear your Macho Massa Man.
Yeah, I need to bring that back, absolutely.
I think one of my favorite Webb Fenway fits of all time.
No, this last weekend was good, but the Massa Macho Man fit, also fantastic. Yeah.
Do you think now that we're seeing a lot of the results from the rotation that the pitching lab is good again?
Yeah, especially with some of the kids down there. Peyton Tully is looking like the absolute real deal.
Oh my God,
Brandon
he's a
killer. Brandon Clark's been phenomenal. Connolly Early's been doing the dang thing. You see it up and down. And you know what? We just got 2 new pitching prospects.
Gasp.
Yep.
Yeah, tonight is the MLB draft. Who is the first guy that we got?
Yep.
Kyson, right?
Kyson Witherspoon. So,
what about
I'm not
without
gonna
a
pretend,
spoon?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a big college baseball guy or like knew who a lot of these dudes were apart from like the first few ones. But the Red Sox have had this strategy of the last few years of just being like, hey, this guy fell to us. Let's take him.
Yeah.
Like, it happened with Teal. It happened with Montgomery. And Witherspoon was projected to be a top 10 guy that fell to 15th. And, love a college pitcher. Like, nothing against the high school shortstops that Heim Bloom loved. But this is a guy
who are still great.
This is a guy that we might see in 2027 even. Like, this is going to be a guy that can impact us sooner than later. 70 grade fastball. He throws hard. There's probably some things that, Craig and company identified that they liked in him and were super excited that I'm sure that they fell to him. So to have like another guy in the system, I'm willing to bet he will probably end up being like a top 100 guy at some point. And along with these other dudes, it's just, nice to have. We haven't had like just pitchers like in the system in a long time.
Yeah.
Like when's the last, like we developed Bayo and he's obviously looking great, and you had Cutter and Tanner Houck exists, I guess. Whole different other conversation, but you feel actually like you might get that true ace out of one of these guys. You just need one of them to hit, and even if the other ones end up being like decent to good, that's even better. So yeah.
And how great is it now that you don't need the ace? Like if you get 2 aces, incredible. But right now you have your anchor in the rotation with Crochet. I mean, all these other guys now have to live up to the stardom that Garrett Crochet has created for this rotation. So Tolley, Early, Clark, now Witherspoon. Who's the other guy that we picked up?
Literally just happened while we were recording, so I don't know anything about him. But this was the draft pick that we got from Quinn Priester.
Okay.
So obviously we got a supplemental first-round pick from when the Brewers lost Adames. They got Quinn Priester. Don't give a shit about him. And we selected Marcus Phillips from Tennessee.
Okay.
So look, right-hander. Throws hard, throws good. So another college pitcher. So glad to see that. Glad to see that, we have a plan with this. And, again, don't know too much about college pitching or anything like that, but just a guy that, I'm sure is going to slot into the top 20 in our farm system rankings. And, we'll see where Sox Prospects ranks him.
More so than any of the other offices in recent history, I trust this office's eye for talent, like, with my life.
Yeah, no, they definitely seem to know what they're doing.
They're locked in.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of credit to Breslow. Has a really great eye for talent, and he has come out and said that they are looking for controllable pitching at the deadline. Right now, I want them to be buyers. I think they should be buyers. And there has been some connection to Joe Ryan at the Twins and a few calls with the Padres, as we know. Do you think Breslow has identified a pitcher like Joe Ryan and has a plan to bring him home?
Oh, man, that would be the number one. Like, because you have him under team control for a few years. He is trending in the right direction. Yeah, this is a guy that keeps getting better every single year. I'm sure would do great in our pitching lab, too. So if you can make it happen and you could somehow make a 3-team trade with the Padres to give up one of your outfielders or something like that, and then, you'd have to give up some other prospects too. Maybe one of those starters that we were talking about, maybe even Franklin Arias, since, he might end up getting blocked and is probably still our top prospect now that the big 3 have graduated. So it's going to be one of those moves where if we do something, it has to be kind of like what Craig says, an impact starting pitcher. There's not a lot of those out there that are available. And, I hope that we somehow find a way to get one. It might take some creativity there, but we have, all the resources in the world right now. So it would be a shame if we didn't end up going home with someone at the when lights are on at the end of the bar.
I want it so bad. I want this team to acquire good players and win baseball games.
Bold.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a quick comment in chat from Jim, the worthy drinker Fritz, saying, "Let's go, boys."
Yeah, feels good.
I agree.
Yeah.
I haven't been this excited for this team in years.
I know. It actually makes me sad that we won't be able to watch them again until Friday. So, yeah.
But All-Star games, TBD if end up watching it, but always a fun time.
Yeah, not that excited at all.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I
Don't
like
care.
the tradition of the All-Star game in that, like, 27 of your favorite guys come out and they play the best that they could possibly play. And the home run derby is just always fun. Like, dingers only.
Not a lot of dudes in it this year. Wood and like Cal are fun, but
Yeah,
the rest,
Wood and Raleigh.
whatever.
Yeah, and then you got Chisholm.
Yeah.
Dude, he got to shut up. He's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yep.
You look like you want to play a little game.
Yeah, yeah. I also want to say one thing before we
Please.
do. Love the Yankees. Absolutely tail spinning right now. So,
I love
yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah.
And no, I'm glad you said that before we get into the game
The
because
vibes could not be more polar opposite right
I'm
now. Yeah.
Good. Fucking good, Yankees. Like, collapsing right on schedule. I think what always worries me about, like, with the Yankees taking off early in the season, and the Rays last year too really took off early in the season, is those games still count. So if you run away with 30 wins early in the season, that still counts. That's still going to matter in July and August when they're tallying who's winning the most games. Even your early season games count.
Or when you're losing a lot of those one-run games and losing against bad clubs,
They still count.
they still count. Yep.
Which sucks. I love watching the Yankees collapse because, I mean, don't they always? It just always worries me that they already tallied up enough wins to be considered a contender.
Yep.
So hopefully we watch them continue to fall apart and Jazz Chisholm.
They're
break
only in
his
a wild
leg.
card spot, so we'll see. Yeah.
Wow, that's so weird. So are we.
Yeah. And they don't have the assets to trade.
They don't
like unless
just
they're
drop
trading.
LeMahieu
They have
and-
they have one top 100 prospect that they seem keen on keeping. Spencer Jones is not going to make enough contact even with
Who's
his
their
good
top
numbers.
100 guy?
George Lombard Jr. Yeah.
That's an NPC.
Yep.
Actually,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, top 100. Okay, whatever you say. Well, we'll get into the game, of course, for all our fans. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to the Believe Network. Thank you to Chili's.
Thank you to
they
Chili's,
haven't sponsored
yeah.
us yet, but, you know, putting it out into the universe.
I believe in them.
I think you're going to be good at this game. So the name of tonight's game is City of All Stars.
Okay.
So, dating back to 2018, the Red Sox have had 15 players elected to the All-Star game. Name as many as you can.
Okay. I'm gonna go from 2018 on. So
Okay.
I'm assuming some of the guys made multiple ones. So I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
categorized them all into one. So
Since
if they got
2018?
multiple, yeah, yep,
JD Martinez,
yes,
Chris Sale,
yes,
Mookie Betts,
yes,
Xander Bogaerts.
yes.
Off
Off to a good start.
Yep. Off to a good start here. Nate Eovaldi.
Yes,
Yep.
which
Who
I
would've-
miss him. Nasty
Yeah, I
Nate,
miss him.
bring him back.
Who would it have been last year? Probably overthinking it. Well, Alex
You are.
Bregman, Chapman, Crochet.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
get
yep.
those
The
out of the
three
way. So
easy ones.
That's 8. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say Xander Bogaerts already?
You did.
Okay, yeah. Jackie Bradley.
No.
No. Oh yeah, he would have been like I guess like a year or two before that.
Yep.
Dustin Pedroia wouldn't have been. He was hurt in 2018.
Nah.
Yeah. Have we had any good third baseman? Probably not. Oh, Jaron Duran, Tanner Houck.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Did we have any good third baseman? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Who would it have been? Oh, Kenley Jansen.
Yes,
LOL.
technically.
Technically, yeah.
And I'll tell you this right now. He was our 2023 All-Star representative.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
Yeah.
that was the year where it was like only the one, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And then 2022, who would that have been? God, it's probably so random, isn't it?
no,
No, am I just forgetting?
no. There is one random name on here, maybe two, depending on how
Okay.
you feel about it. You're missing a huge one.
I'm missing a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Mitch Moreland?
He is on there.
Yeah,
That's not the one
I
I was
know,
thinking.
I know,
But
yeah.
Mitch Moreland, yes,
Mitch
2018
Moreland, yeah.
All-Star team.
Yeah. Yep. Mm.
Damn it. Yes, Mitch Moreland was elected to an All-Star game.
Yep. Thank you. Oh, obviously, Corey Kluber. No.
Wow, yeah, he was actually on
Yeah.
here all 7 of the last 7 years.
We would have not had any catchers.
Correct.
Alex Verdugo was not an all-star.
Believe it or not, he was not an all-star. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, the big one is it a pitcher?
You're missing 2 pitchers, and you got 1 more position player.
Oh, Craig Kimbrell.
Craig Kimbrell, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, remember when he was unhittable?
Yeah, no, he was an all-star all 3 years that he was here.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect amount.
Yep. God, another pitcher. Is it David Price?
It is not.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so.
It is not. I'll let you go as far as you can.
Yeah.
I'll give you your tally, and then I'll tell you who you missed if you give up. But you got 2 more names, a pitcher and a position player.
Well, there was no All-Star game in 2020, so 2019. Oh, God, that one's forgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And you already got all the guys from 2019.
Was it a starter or a reliever for
It
the
was a
pitcher?
reliever.
It was a reliever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And you got 1 more position player in there.
One more position player.
Mm-hmm.
Not David Hamilton.
Yeah, believe it or not, no, it was not David Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you about to make that fart noise.
Yeah. I don't know. I give up.
All right.
Yeah.
So your score
I got
for
13.
tonight, 13 out of
Okay.
15, which is, I mean, still a great score. And you're going to lose your fucking pants when I tell you
Yeah.
who you missed. So the first one, Matt Barnes was the pitcher.
Oh,
that you missed.
yeah. LOL.
Yeah.
Matty Barnes.
Yeah, it stinks that we forgot about him because he was electric, but I mean, that was 2018. That was one of your
Yeah,
first
I'm not
guys.
mad at myself for forgetting that one. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. He was 2021, but
Yeah.
again, fine. Did we have any big third baseman in the last few years that represented us?
Oh, Rafael Devers.
You
died,
missed
yeah,
Rafael Devers.
Wow.
Who was selected to the All-Star game from 2021 on, except 2023, but yes.
Yeah,
Missed
Yeah,
Matt Barnes and you missed Rafael
Yeah,
Devers,
whoops.
but 13 out of 15 on
Yeah.
your last
I don't know.
7-year
I
All-Stars.
missed that one. That one I should have gotten.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's why I was laughing because
Yeah.
I'm like, you must have repressed it.
Yeah,
You're still
I
in
literally
trauma.
was repressing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for a week off from baseball. All kinds of, Hollywood star-studded.
Yeah, no, it'll be
players,
good
but-
to actually take a little break here. Yeah.
And then the true test begins, Cubs and Phillies, and
Yeah,
those
it's
are going to be
a
fun to talk
gauntlet
about.
down the stretch here. But hey, team's playing well, vibes are good, make some additions, and the AL is pretty weak, so you have a good chance.
Thank God.
Yeah.
No, I love you.
Okay. Nope.
Nope, I love you. Okay, I love you. No, I love you.
Okay.
No, I love you.
Okay,
No, I love you.